copy.
How are you sexy mofos doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Everyone hear me okay? I want to make sure my audio's good. All is good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Millie, Mike, uh, Richard, Ice, John. How you doing? This the Union. Trying to pronounce that. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Okay. So let's get into this. What's up, brother? What's that? Sidonia Outlaw. Weird names. Okay. Some interesting things happening today. Let me go ahead. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go. People bothering me right now. And let's look at the chart. Okay, guys. So what we have here is something really, really interesting. This is exclusive to Game Trades. This is the GT zones. Market opens. It's green. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's green, right? So therefore, this trade design is not valid. Okay. And what we're doing is we're giving you full zones here, right? You see the green is just, it's flickering. On top of that, we also have the trend tracker 10.0, also found at Game Trades, not giving us an actionable moment with this current setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply wait. Now, the name of the game is waiting, guys. If you cannot wait and you cannot be patient, if you're not alerts driven with our system, because our system allows you to generate alerts, if you're constantly in a rush, staring at the screen, attempting to invent a trade, the market will humble you. Okay, so let's get right into it, guys. We have trade design down. We finally have confluence here. We don't have confluence there. But if, let's say I'm a scalper, right? A lot of you guys are scalpers, right? Because you're trading bullshit prop firms. But if you were a scalper, let's go ahead and say, all right, well, I'm going to wait for the candle to retrace a little bit, right? Maybe wait for a candle close. I'm going to go short really quick, right? We're going to see what happens here. We're flickering here, so nothing guaranteed, but really, really quick. We were up $1,500. Come on. All right, you see the flickering there. All right, guys, 750. Now, there seems to be some stability here. Stability here is, there you go, 2,000. I'll take that. All right, cool. Yeah. The trend is down. The band is down, right? Our background coloring was red. So therefore, we take the quick scalp down. This is not a trade where we hold the trend or we look for a trend. As you can see here, it's flickering, okay? So what we're looking for is all confluences. But guys, this is not a setup type of trade because, well, we have trend tracker telling us there's nothing going on. And of course, well, you know, the GT zones is flickering green, red, right? So I just took opportunity when opportunity presented itself. When opportunity presented itself. I think this is the key word here. A lot of traders create opportunities here. And they present them here. And then they act upon it because the catalyst and the thesis was here. And that's where you get absolutely wrecked. We need to be objective. Did you guys witness greatness just now? Let's use of hands. Really, really, really simple, right? I entered at the thesis of a scalp really quick, made my money, got out. I can do this all day long. Okay. So guys, you want this setup here. Check out Game Trades and add this to your repertoire on top of 1348. As you guys can see, I'm using Titan GT from Trade 1348. You guys can go ahead and sign up for Trade 1348 at trade1348.com. get used to the system, and then we build upon it, right? With game trade. So now what we're looking at is we got the green set up here. So I would love to patiently wait for a green band and a green trade design. Okay, so that's really what I'm looking for. A green band. Well, love a trade design, but that's going to happen at GT. So I would need a green band, right? That's what I would be waiting for patiently. Again, I would love a trend tracker to tell me something. Okay. So, yeah, GT zones at Game Trades, guys, just check it out. I mean, it's $99 a month in addition, right? If you're at the level where you have your own funded account and or, you're profitable maybe with your prop firm, but you want to take it to the next level, stop, right? Stop playing yourself. You're not as good as you think you are. I promise you, you're not as good as you think you are. You're human. Shit, I'm not as good as I think I am. In fact, guys, I'm always refining my skill set, and I'm always learning. I'm a student of the game because I want to be the best in this game. So, anyways, back to this. As you guys could see, we have the trait design down, which we took a scalper's opportunity really quick, but there was really nothing there, right? So now we're going to wait for something to happen here. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and throw out some tickers, let's look at some tickers. If you guys are trading stocks or you guys trading anything, we could go ahead and look at those things and we can see how they pan out, right? In real time. Let's see how they pan out. The system absolutely works. It's my bread and butter. Let's see. So GT zones is basically a, I guess, a check and balance system for a lot of you guys. Because what I noticed for a lot of traders, one of the biggest issues that you have as a trader is becoming contrarian, right? Oh, it's come down enough, so it should go up. Or, oh, it's market open, right? It's market open, right? And you get a quick lip down, and then you end up getting hurt going up. You guys know what I'm talking about. So what this does is it keeps you honest. So look what we have here, potential band change. Now I'm not going to front run the band, right? Not going to front run the band, but there's certainly opportunity to be had here. What? Let's go ahead and check out TXN. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, this would be a great example here. Okay, now this thing has been taken off since, oh boy, way back when. It's just been taken off since Friday, right? That was your trait design, and you've been kept in this thing. Yeah. There's, I wouldn't chase this at this point. Everything seems a little bit elevated. Obviously, everyone's giddy and they're happy with this trade deal. And it's like, okay, we got a trade deal. Now let's see what happens. What's the aftermath? Is Trump going to go ahead and, engage in some toxic relationship with China, right? It's like, I don't love you no more. That type of thing. We don't know. Trump, unpredictable. But I guess the outcome everyone's excited about. So let's get back to NQ here and see if we can secure trade. Now, this is really, really interesting here, right? Because we have the band here. We don't have the close just yet. It's going to be about 23 seconds. We're tracing just a little bit. Guys, I'm just going to buy here. Now I'm down. Now I'm green, right? Now, the general direction of this candle is up, okay? I'm going to trust it. However, I did front run it, okay? I did front run it here. So, That's going to be not a good thing, right? Major, major emotional damage if this does not pan through. But we got our change of the band here from red to green. And I'm just going to weigh this out. Okay. Now we'll see what happens. Okay. The trend is green still. The trend is still green. 15 contracts. I went in a little bit too heavy. Guys, you notice? I I didn't do 3. I did 15. Holy, no, that's on me. That's very, very, very large. This is very, very, very large. I'm good. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. We're gonna be fine here. So now the next thing, as you guys, um, as you guys will notice, you have to be able to trade small. Trading small is one of the biggest, everyone wants to win big, and so the idea here is, and if in order for me to win big, I have to risk big. And that is not the case. That is not the case at all. Okay. You do not have to play big to win big. Always make sure that your plays are relative to your port size, and whether it's 1% or somewhere within that realm, right? I know some students of mine who like to push it, 1 to 2%, maybe 3% of risk. And of course they're targeting a 1-to-1 or a 1% or a 2%, that type of thing. I know John Casciola likes to do that. I think he scales up all the way up to maybe about 5% risk in a winning trade. Now, in this example, I did not. I totally fell asleep on my allocation size. Right, we're on a stream. It should be 3, and I should be scaling in. Okay, but we're gonna see. I have 100% belief in my system and where this thing is going. Yeah, normally 3%. Dope. I love it. There you go, John. Nice. Now, John, you're up a considerable amount, multiple 6 figures. Guys, John Ketchell, a student of the system for many, many years, had to endure his frustration with prop firms until he decided, hey, I'm going to open up my own account and actually trade it. And has made multiple 6 figures in doing so. So, really, really proud of John there. And we have a few other ones as well. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out here. I'm not gonna go ahead and spook myself out with this trade. I normally don't. I normally don't care. If you guys got any tickers we can look at, unless you want to go ahead and have your butt pucker along with, well, not me, but if you want to, feel the anxiety of losing $16,000 alongside with me, I could show it on the screen. Okay. And I'm A-okay with that. Okay. So here we go. Here on the screen. Now, this is what happens. This is a great example of what happens when the band hasn't changed. Well, the band, we don't. Okay. How do I say this? The band changed and then it flickered back, right? So this is the importance of candle close. I will make an example of this every single time, right? Now, at the moment in time of which I entered, the candle did not close. I did not have confirmation, right? Now, what I have is the punishment, right? Now I have to endure. I have to endure being wrong before I'm right. And this is where a lot of traders get messed up, okay? Is you might have entered a little bit too soon. You might have the proper thesis, you might have the evidence, you might have those things, but you entered too soon. And then things don't immediately pan out, right? It's kind of like how you warmed up to your wife. Your wife never really wanted to marry you. Just warmed up to her. It took time, right? And so that's what happens when we enter a contract with, a futures contract. Sometimes it just takes time, but you have to endure the turmoil and the stress, right? So the timing's a little off. That's it, right? So, I would encourage anyone and everyone, right? If you're looking for the objective moments, right? The objective moments are going to be always on candle close and will almost always require a confirmation, right? So we had the band change, right? It gave us green, but we didn't get the confirmation. So therefore, if we jumped in and we jumped in on the idea that if it goes now, I have a great entry. If it doesn't go now, right, then I endure some pain, right? So which one makes the most sense? I rather wait for it. Okay, so again, guys, I mean, full transparency. I was like, whatever. I played too big, and this is actually a good point. This is for those who are trading big with their prop firms who oversize. I'm going to show you what oversizing does. Right now, this is my own account, so I'm not really worried about 16,000. I mean, the past 3 days last week, I made over 180,000 or something like that. But let's go ahead and look at this, right? So this is 15 contracts. 15 contracts, literally 60 points away. This cost me $18,000. Now, let's put that in perspective because some of you will say, well, I'm only playing with 5. Okay, well, if you play with 5 and this is NQ and you're trading a prop firm, right? And you have $4,500 drawdown if you have a $150,000 account, even 5 contracts would have you blow your challenge. Okay. So again, everyone's like, well, how much money can I make? And yeah, you can make a lot of money to the upside, but drawdown is a thing and drawdown is a part of trading. So the question is can you remain liquid longer than the market can remain irrational? That's always going to be the question. Okay. So in order to remain liquid while the market remains irrational, you have to trade very, very small, maybe come on down to micros. See, 15 micros, so excuse me, micros. I'm in a mini right now, 15 minis. 15 micros would have me down $1,300. Whoa. Okay. If that's still a lot of money, right, then we got to cut that down, right? So then we say 7 micros. I'll have you down $700, $600. Still a lot. 3 micros would have you down about, I don't know, $300, something like that. Nothing too crazy. Guys, I'm down 12K. The big whoop. Like, who freaking cares? Okay. Drawdown is a part of this game. And that is something that a lot of traders just can't accept. That drawdown is a part of this game. And you have to trade like you are going to be in drawdown. And you have to trade with the mindset that if I'm going to be in drawdown, how much is too much for me? And so we talk about mathematically what's too much. Mathematically, realizing a loss greater than 1% might just be too much. Make sense? Okay. So guys, let this be more of a teaching moment. And I trust my system. I do. And I believe that today we're going to go ahead and have a nice little bounce. I'll make some money. Life's good. I trust my system. Now, we're going to bring up another point. There's a couple of points that can be made right here, right? And I'm dealing with the consequence of time at this point because I'm holding too long, right? Or I'm holding long. No, I didn't wait for a proper close. So therefore, I'm being penalized. I don't have full confluence. So therefore, I'm being penalized. Trend Tracker literally told me not to take the trade. So therefore, I'm being penalized. Guys, if you cannot stomach the penalty, do not take the action. It is very, very, very simple. The other thing, aside from waiting for candle close, we have one indicator, solely one indicator, right? That's telling us, hey, we're bullish. Now, in as much as I believe in my system, and I do believe in my system. Like, I am the system, and I believe in the system, right? There's some people who will go ahead and jump into the system and hyperfixate on one indicator. And when you hyperfixate on any one indicator, that's when you get into a world of trouble. Because let's say you're hyperfixating on an RSI or an MACD, or let me say maybe you're hyperfixating on a band or maybe a different time frame. That gets you into a lot of trouble. Okay, it gets you into a lot of trouble. So what you're looking for are multiple confluences. And the reason why we look for multiple confluences as well is because it will force you as a trader to slow it down. Make sense? Right. It forces you to slow it down. And that's what I want everybody to do, because the idea of making money, I mean, it's like, man, I get it. It's exciting. Like, my God, I want to make money. No one's going to turn it down, right? But you have to slow it down, because not all money is good money. And, I'll call out some of the people who are constantly showing like their gains or whatever. I'm the first one to tell you that there are times where it's cost me $500,000 in margin to make 100K. That's the name of the game. The end result was I'm 100K up, but what did it cost to make that, right? And so as a trader, that's something I'm always looking to improve, right? Capital deployed, how much does that make me in return, right? That result, I mean, sexy numbers are sexy numbers. But if you're not a student of the game, or remain a student of the game, if you do not have a trade cell, and if you're not monitoring your stats, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Okay. So here we go. The pain is only $8,000 now, half of which, right? Half of which. Mm, I mean, if this was micros, this would be 1,000 or 900, 800, whatever. We're chilling. Okay. We're chilling. Consolidation. There's consolidation. I also, what I needed to do, and I want to, well, actually, you guys didn't see this, but I did this before the stream started. Okay. Before the stream started, we go on over to the daily, right? Because guys, we are in an area where it's like, oh my God, what do we do? So on the daily, we find our levels. We have a level here. We have a level there. We have a level here. Okay, now we go back to the 5 minute. Let's look at our levels. Let's look at our levels. Very, very, very interesting here, right? We broke the level, bounced, bounced, broke below, right? We're consolidating, bounced off of this level here, guys. Mind you, I got it from the daily, bounced off of this level, and we're having a hard time breaking above here, right? That's at 2820. So for those who are like wondering, like, hey, I don't see levels on my 5 minute. Where do I get my levels? Go to the daily and look for the closest levels relative to price action. So I know that I have to break 2820 for this thing to rock and roll. Okay. That's it. So I have to break this level here. I'm in a lot of trouble if I break the level down here. Right. So right now, I'm just chilling. I'm going to pay attention to this level break. All right. Who's having fun and who's learning right now? Who's having fun and who's learning right now? I need to see some hands. Right. Sometimes you learn more from losing than you do from winning. Okay. There you go. So, of course, we found our levels and we're just hanging out. I'm not really too freaked out. Now, if I break below 21,749, I know immediately, right? If I go on over to the daily, if I go on over to the daily, guys, let me show you. Let's come on over. I'm consolidating at 12,000 down, right? But this becomes painful right here. 21,664. Let me show you. 21,664 is a level. And then underneath that, you have 2624. Yeah, the 600s. We don't want to break below here, or it is. We're going from 800s to the 600s really, really fast. Okay. So that's where the pain exists for me. Honest to God, that's where the pain exists for me. So we're just hanging out. Okay. Let's break this level. One girl says, I only seem to be learning from losing, which makes it difficult to actually learn from my wins. That doesn't make any sense at all. Wonderlum, are you tracking your trades with TradeZella? Because in doing so, it screams at you. It screams at you what you're doing wrong so that you can focus on what you're doing wrong so that you can get it right. Okay. Your wins mean nothing. Wins are just wins. Wins mean nothing unless there's a track record of consistency. Wins are nothing. Right? Wonderland. Yeah, it's wins mean nothing. Go get your stats on TradeZella, guys. Everyone should have TradeZella. Get your stats on TradeZella. It'll tell you everything you need to know about yourself as a trader. So Wonderlummy knows like to go ahead and try to be objective about yourself as a trader without having the data. Pretty much a shot in the dark. And this is why traders don't progress, right? You know, the average time frame to learning the curve for a trader is going to be about 2 to 3 years. So the idea here is your capital needs to last at about 2-3 years before you can have that aha moment. Typically, you know, again, the brain is just forming connections on how to be a trader, right? How to not be human, if you will. It takes 2 to 3 years. Now, we have some exceptional students. It took Anita, guys, it took her a few years. Miss Money just hit the ground running. Like she is a phenom. Like, congrats to her. It took our very own Anthony a few years. You know, and that's the thing. You have to allow yourself that grace. But if you're going to practice, you have to practice the right way. And I feel like TradeZella, when we have those stats, it accelerates the time, right? It accelerates the time. Now, yeah, it's, what keep calling me? People just keep calling me. All right, so there was a penalty for me rushing the trade. Here was the penalty. Now I'm still down $2,000, right? Still down 2,000. The penalty was my emotions. If I was not in a position where my emotions were mastered and conquered, I would have realized the loss, right? And again, all of this could have been avoided if I simply, one, had my levels charted, right? Because when I took that initial trade, I did not have the level there. Now we have the level there, right? My levels are charted. I'm waiting for my band to close. This is the second candle on that band closing. We got a green STB line. We have upward momentum on this band. And guys, this is where I should have waited for the trade. The consequence of me not waiting, my emotions and drawdown. Does that make sense? Right? So what we just highlighted is that patience is the name of the game here. It is purely patience. Y'all rushing like, why? 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 Why are we rushing? When we rush, the penalty is money in our emotions. And that's why some of you, and I get a lot of comments about this, that when I trade, I'm the coolest, calmest trader out there. In fact, the other day we had to run to my niece's school, my brother's daughter. And there was an event that we lost the connection in the school, and I had entered a trade. And my brother's like, "You want to go ahead and check on it?" No, I'm good. I trust my system. You want to go ahead and check on it? No, I'm good. So we were in the school, no connection, maybe there for about 35 minutes. We walked out to the car, and I'm up 25K. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he can definitely confirm it. It was actually kind of fun. He's like, "Dude, go outside, check on your trade." I'm like, "No, I'm good, man." Yeah, there he goes. You guys see him there, Joseph Osorio. He says that was wild. Having patience. Okay. Um. So yeah, there's a couple of ways for this to work for me, right? It's we have we have a ginormous candle here, right? And that ginormous candle could easily have been an overreaction to the pre-market rally, right? Cool. We have consolidation here. Cool. We're in this range, we're in this level. Now, I'm going to get to another point here. I'm going to prove something to you guys, right? Not going to prove right now. I'm going to prove to you guys right now about focusing on the efficiencies as a trader. Jack Ashella, 6.8%. Good stuff, brother. But focusing on your efficiencies as a trader. So with when we look at this, at $15,000 of margin right here, I'm up $1,200, right? When we think about it, 15 contracts, $15,000 of margin. Right now, I'm negatively efficient, right? Because that number is red. Okay. Now, the way I like to look at it is if that's 15,000 of margin right here, because that's NQ, $1,000 a contract, with trade of 8, $15,000 of margin, and I make 1,600 bucks, I'm 10% efficient. If I make $15,000, I'm 100% efficient, right? Because I'm matching my margin with my gains, right? And this is not a requirement, guys. This is not a requirement for you to do because you can stick to your getting my 1-to-1s, my 1.5-to-1s, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're going to go ahead and let's say you get, you put in 5 micros, right? 5 micros of BenQ. That's $500. Now you make $1,000. You're 2x efficient. Are you following me right now? Because this is the name of the game. This is when you start looking at trading this way. This is what changes the game, and this is what forces you to say, like, "Yeah, bro, I'm not going to take that much risk." Am I making sense here? Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. We're talking about our capital deployed, right? It's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm risking 500 here to make 1,000. That's a 2 to 1, right? I went big, 15,000. I need to make 30K to have a 2 to 1 on my margin. That's insane. So when you think about it, a return on margin, when you start thinking about it like that, you trade smaller, makes you more efficient. And if you're more efficient, that means you're winning more. And if you're winning more, that means your port is growing, you're passing a prop from challenges, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, 15 contracts, and the reason why I'm doing 15 contracts, because with Top Step and Apex, the larger accounts allow you, right? And that's the bait. 15 contracts is the bait. Right? You go on with one, you go on with two, you're like, man, that's taking too long. Let me buy 15. Oops. And there you go. My brother, almost 3% today. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. So I want you guys to just keep thinking about it that way. Now, am I going to make my money back? Yeah, I'll make my money back. Will I go ahead and close my trade? I have my own. I'm like, okay, well, you see that level, and that's the thing, right? The trade gave me an opportunity to exit green, right below this level here. What is it doing now? It's coming back down, right? We're consolidating on this level. I still have nothing actionable here. Oh my God, look at that. So I think that this is just proof enough that we just need to be patient and wait for the best setups and then think about what we want to risk and think about that efficiency of that number being risked. Guys, you do that. You're a next level trader. Miss Money, I believe she started her account with like a ridiculously small number, just an insanely small number. I think it was like 5,000 or something of sorts. Let's see here. Super, super, super efficient. Ridiculously efficient. The girls of Trade 1348 are ridiculously efficient. Um, yeah, geez, wow. Hey, bro, good stuff. So this is my brother's account. 279, 186, 187. Like, nice. He's up 10%. He started with 10K, profit factor 2.91, 19 wins, 4 losses, 82% win rate. Good stuff, man. And up 10%. Where are you getting 10% returns anywhere? Where are you getting 10% returns anywhere? Just starting as a trader. So, but let me get on over to Miss Money here. Um, I love her performance. Exceptional trader, absolute phenom. I think my brother's on his way. It's in the blood, right? It's in the blood. Um, let's see. We're gonna bring her up. 32,000. 296 wins, 31 losses, 14.54 profit factor, 96% win rate on that day. She's won 134 days and only lost 5. Only lost 5 days after about 140 days of trading using this system. Look at her trade count, exceptional. This is what the system can do for you. Just doing it for Miss McMullen. Just doing it for my brother, getting started. Okay. It ain't always about me, guys. You guys don't have to sit there and always count my money. You don't. Let me get this back here. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, whoa. I lost the chat somewhere. Okay, the chat's back. She started, guys, she started with $1,500. She started with $1,500 and she's up to 32,000. If that was the Rollins Cup, oh my God, where does that a percentage change of 1,500 to 32,000? She turned $1,500. Yes. Into a 2025 Honda Accord. Yes, she did. Oh, there she goes. Guys, she was down to $700 then joined Longevity Club. Guys, she was down to $700 and then joined Longevity Club. And then we trained her up. She did phenomenal. I love that for her. I love that for her. Anybody want to do the percentage change? From $700, I mean, she started with 1,500, draw down to 700, ran it up to 32,000. Can someone tell us the percentage change? I want to know the percentage change on that. That's insane. Then we got the Rollins Cup. What's the Longevity Club? Longevity Club is you work with me for a year, and high school year. You work with me personally for a year. That's what it is. And I ain't cheap. Damn it. I ain't cheap. Why? Miss McMullen. Good job. I want someone to tell me the percentage change between from 1,500 to 32,000. Could someone do that for me? $4,571%. Oh, yeah. She would have won the Rollins Cup. She would have won the Rollins Cup. She would have been one of the best traders in the world. She would have been in the record books. I mean, the top performer did $11,000 in a year. Guys, she's up 4,500%, and it has not even been a year yet. That is insane. That is insane. Wow. Yes. Brooke, she worked with me during the day. The last guy who won was 3,800%. Those guys are considered pros. Miss McMullen was brand new. He was wet behind the ears and say, Gabe, let me submit to you. I'm going to submit to you in the system. Tell me what I got to do, Gabe. That was awesome. Mikey, how are you guys getting these numbers? Am I dumb? Yes, you are. You dumb as fuck, Mikey. Why? You're overcomplicating it for yourself. Overcomplicating it for yourself. All right. And that's the thing. People think it requires intelligence to be successful as a trader, and it doesn't, right? These fancy talking like Europeans that trade Forex, right? They sound like they have fucking substance, right? intellect. I gotta listen to this guy because this guy sounds smart. Right? You don't need intelligence to trade. You need patience and discipline. Intelligence means nothing. In fact, intelligence is what's going to go ahead and make this far more complicated than what it needs to be. Okay. Let's see. Can we get these type of results with the options? You know, I can't say no. But it has less to do about the instrument you're trading and more to do about the trader that's trading. Make sense? Make sense? Okay. Man, the guys are killing it. So just for the record, I bailed on my trade. And then the system gave me confluences, aka a setups, right? This was a full on a setup. Let me show you. Let me show you guys the a setup and then the result. And then what I ended up doing, right? Is basically this. So here we go. Trade design down. My screen went red. Candles are red. Band is red. Again, right here, you guys see that this is at game trades. And then I have this right here. I got the confluence right there. Let's go. Right? Up 31K. That's cool. That's a 2-to-1 against the loss that I took. So I'm gonna close that trade. I'm done there. Right. That was the A setup. That was the trade I should have been waiting for. Right? That was the trade we should have been waiting for. Everything was saying down. So I should have waited for down. I should have been patient for down. Right? I was impatient and I got beat up a little bit. I just had to be patient for down. Okay. Now, yes, this was telling me green, but then I also have to be objective about it. What's the point of having a tool if I'm not going to listen to it? So my trend, my GT zones went from green to red. My trend tracker painted red. I can't argue with this. I can't argue with it. Right? So I'll go back in. Let's see. I can't argue with it, right? Why? Because when we look here, the number of bearish candles on average is 7. Well, actually, bearish bars, right? We're going to do bearish bars. Now, I do have a risk, which would be this level. I would establish this level as my risk. But the trend is down. I'm going to believe that my trend is down. We have multiple confluences. The trend is down. I'm only at 15 contracts. So let's go. Let's see what happens, right? They're always waiting for candle close. Yeah, Matt Rail, your trend tracker, if it's showing no trade, is because you don't have the Gabe Trades version of it, which is using a different trend protocol. There's one, I'm using 3 indicators that are Gabe Trades optimized, and then we have Titan GT, which is the bread and butter of the system, which is Trade 1348. So it's both. John. There you go. It's like, why wouldn't I take 2.5%? Everything was a confluence. Let's do. Let's do. Why not? Just why not? Right? Let's see. I have what off? What do I have off? I have the 200 off and I have the VWAP off because I really, really want to. I'm evolving this system to avoid information overload. That's what I'm trying to do, and help you guys focus solely on price action. So because you guys are so difficult to work with, and that's fine, right? Because You forced me to step up my game as a teacher, as an educator, and innovate with hot potato over the weekend. I go ahead and take all my case studies with my students. And I'm like, okay, this is what we need to do. I would like to do this. Let's try this. And of course, that's been the evolution of 1348. Right. So Matt, you have to go on over to your settings with Trend Tracker version 10 and change it from 200 to the other setting. Okay. Anyways, that's what you got to do. Okay, that's another thing, guys. I mean, I get it. We got two sets of camps here. We have those who are extremely brilliant and they overthink, and because of that, you get your ass handed to you by the trader, by the system. And then you got the traders that are super timid, and because you're super timid, you're scared to go into settings of the indicators and see what they actually do. You know, dig in deep, save your chart, make a copy of the chart. That way you're not messing up your primary chart, and play with the different settings. Okay? Play with the different settings. You could do that. So, let's see. So it looks like the trend is still down. Is 1348 compatible with platforms outside of TradingView? No. Can it be used on? No. You need TradingView. And then you could connect your brokerage. Yes, there you go. So, yeah, you guys gotta use TradingView, and then make sure that your broker interfaces with TradingView, and then you have this entire system. Okay. Um. Yeah. Right. Cody is waiting for the break of the 200. Dope. He's waiting for the break of the 200, guys. I'm just gonna follow the trade and follow the trend down. Everything says go down, so it's just gonna go down. Um, yeah. Let me see. Who's had fun today? It's CJ says he needs to work on his ability to work through slight oscillations. So the way to do that is to trade smaller, right? You gotta trade smaller. Gotta trade smaller. That's how you work through it. You trade small and then just go live your life. Set a target. Another reason why a lot of traders get nervous is because they don't set a target. You need to set a target in your trade. Okay, because what ends up happening is that as the trade progresses, you keep moving your target away and away and away, and then the trade then begins to retrace, and then it's, oh no, do I take profit or do I wait for it to come back? Oh no. Deer headlights, who's experienced that? Hands up. So trade with a plan. Enter your trade and have a plan. I want to highlight another student who is absolutely killing it. Yeah, well, have fun till the market takes their capital away. Absolutely. And, let's see. I want to show you guys something stupid. Something absolutely stupid. Okay. Um, there's Miss McMullen, and then we have Anita following the same path. Okay. Same path as Joey is, right? They finally submit to the system, the end result is the same, right? So let me show you. This is Anita. Anita, let's you start with like $500. 54 green days, no losses. 2.14 risk to reward, profit factor of 20.44. wins 90% of her trades. Come on. Look at her trade count. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. So far, up $1,000. By the way, guys, by the way, Anita runs laser clinics. She's a business owner. Ain't nobody busier than a business owner. Right, 500, but she added more, but she's still up considerably. But she's also a business owner. Guys, I want you to really think about that for a second. For those that are saying, well, I have a job. What? Huh? Don't use that as an excuse. Go ahead, set up alerts. Look for the optimal setup. Take the trade. Be done with your day. Done. That's it. That's it. My brother goes ahead. He makes his percentages, closes the laptop, heads on over to the dealership. That's what he does. Great. You can do this. You can do this. Don't let work be a shitty excuse for you being a shitty trader or masking the fact that you're a shitty trader and trying to use work as an excuse. It just doesn't work that way. She was not doing options. She was doing futures. Wonderlum. If you're going to consider journaling, go on over to Trade Zala to do all the journaling for you. That's how you would start. So yeah, this is wild, right? Wild. So now we have the bounce, that level was respected. I have to then go ahead and say, all right, well, that level, we broke the level to the other side. All right. A good brokerage is going to be, it's going to be trade of 8 or, those are the brokerages you're going to use. Right. And that's it. Right. So she added $2,000. All right. So she's up 200%. She's beating Wall Street. Little, 5'1". No, 4'11" and 5'2" with heels. Is kicking those Wall Street giants' asses. Just think about that for a second. This is like so dope. So dope. Okay. So yeah. Oh. Okay. This rookie. Good job, brother. Oh my god. Um. Oh jeez. Okay, so that actually we're gonna highlight another winner that I just took, and you'll understand. Uh, Here we go. So you'll understand why I took it. Again, conditions of the trade, right? Green, green. There's a band going, caution here, right? Broke the level, it's green, go up, right? That's I was looking for multiple confluences instead of just one. So we got the yellow marker there. We broke a level, I could use it as support. We have green return on our chart here, right? And what I would like to see is a nipple farm. Yeah, the end of this nipple. How do we go from talking about 5-foot women and then nipples? Oh God, I'm gonna get canceled. But either way, here we go. We're in the trade and we'll just go ahead and make some money. It's really nothing too crazy. Just having fun. I'm having fun. I'm just. All right. So, okay. That someone sent me a message and then tried to call me in a language I I don't understand and I can't pronounce. And what I'm going to do is I want to read it to you guys. You guys want to hear my half-hearted attempt to speak Klingon. Because those are just, Ala, Hanya, Inken, Melopang, Watu, Untuk, Men, Hu, Bungi, Sebastian, Besar, and Flora Yang, what this? What sad, man? Jesus. People of the Discord send me these wild messages. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Um, okay. So, hey guys, let's look at the broader market. Let's talk about the broader market. Anybody want to look at, like, I don't know, Tesla? By the way, Tesla, they able to produce a car every 30 seconds. That's pretty fucking cool. Okay. Okay. That's cool. The nerd in me just squirts like all over the place. Yeah. So yeah. And anybody here ride a Harley? So I really taken to enjoy riding a bike. But then I saw this Honda Goldwing, and I'm like, oh my God. It's like I must have her. Anybody familiar with motorcycles, a Honda Goldwing? They currently have a 25 Street Glide. Goldwing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah, gets me excited. So I'm trying to make my Goldwing money right now. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're going to do today. Mikey says the Goldwing's to escalator bikes. The Harley Street Glide, I said that about the Street Glide. Big, heavy. Oh, God. But yeah, I saw that Goldwing. I'm like, I must have her. Nice. A 2003 Sportster. Nice. 1900 cc's. Ooh. Yeah, all that power. Brute Force Gaming says Street Glide's perfect. Second time I've heard going mentioned this weekend. Yeah, dude, Street Glider's a bike, right? But the Goldwing, man, I'm ready to go test drive one. Because, yeah, the tech, it's all about the tech. Yeah, a lot of people went to Triumph and Indian because of Harley, yeah. H. Houston says they're the best. The Goldwings. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, the Indians are solid. I like them. Uh, huh? Why are you trading in extended hours during regular hours? No, not trading in extended hours. Huh? Wow. Who pushed you out, bro? What? Huh? Yeah, I know what he was talking about. I know what he was talking about. It was funny, but it was funny. It's funny. It sounds like something, Elbago. No, my chart, check this out. Let me show you, man. Let me show you. My chart, there you guys see. What I'm doing is I'm setting a color background to the bias of what direction price is going. That's what I'm doing. Jeez, it's not extended. So now I use extended hours to get pre-market data so that my indicators get its data points, if that's what you're asking. Jeez. Oh man. Again, people want to overcomplicate things. This is an example of that. Great example of that. Jeez. Oh man. Okay. Well, I hope I answered your question, bro. Without that will be absolutely impossible unless I was trading in the past to trade extended hours. Oh man. Let's look at the rest of the market. How about we do that? Let's look at Nvidia, right? Because Nvidia stands a lot to gain from the tariff situation. Watch this. Boing, 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 boing. Sound effect. Trade design down, we had the confluence here, right? It broke confluence right there really quick, right? Came down. Boom, look at this. Beautiful, right? So, like, the trade design worked, right? And again, this was a trade design down. So when market opened, you had your zone that was red with a trade design down, right? Did this lead you to a profitable trade? Now we teach you guys, we're going to take the trade down, take it to the bottom of GT, right? And then close the trade and then see what happens. But then we get confluence here, right? So now we got full on confluence, guys. One, two, look, of flux, this thing comes on down. Ooh, Nvidia. Let's go ahead and look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, Tesla. Zone is red here. Market open, trade design down. We get the break of GT, right? Make a little bit of money. Starts moving on up. No, it doesn't work. Band is green. Zone goes green. Okay. Scalp it. Uh-oh. Right? Trend is red. Cool. Breaks the band below. Now we're going against the trend here, right? But these are scalping opportunities. This here was your trade of the day for Tesla. A lot of noise happening right now. I need extended trading hours for my data. Okay. Jeez. Uh, yeah. You're good. You're good. It's for my data. I answered that for you. Okay. Anything else, guys? Um, 11 a.m. We made some money. It, ju- did that's between you and Top Step. The Top Step chart, they're using a different data band. They're using a different data stream. That's actually you can find that look like us like it's your platform, your data. It isn't quite matching. What if your data's fucked up? Guys, we know a thing or two about incomplete data. See, when we were doing predictive levels with Invictus, we were actually getting our data from Chicago. We were paying big blocks for live stream, just so we can give you the most actionable options trades. And we had hot potato, we had algo, we had a team of engineers trying to figure out what the fuck do you do with an incomplete candle, incomplete data. Hmm. Well, what you have to do is create an average, to complete the candle. And that was dangerous. And that, my friends, is why I felt like it would be smarter to get away from options as well, right? It's so many different data points. You got data points, a data point stream coming to me, and you got your data point stream coming from Webull. Everyone's got different, types of data, and they're fixing those incomplete candles, using various methods. So with Top Step, however their data is coming in, you know, I rather trade off a brokerage than off a prop firm. Just saying. Jeez. Just saying. And Hot Potato has entered the chat. Nice. All right, guys. I'm pretty much done. I've made some money. I've made a lot of money. I'm chilling right now. The system just works. Gotta love it. Gotta be patient. I'm sounding like Trump right now. It's amazing. It's extraordinary. The system's amazing. Absolutely extraordinary. Amazing stuff. He does that, right? He repeats the adjective back to back. Hot potato. You saw what I said to, right? Mr. Perfect, or Mr. Wonderful, rather, thinks that the US and Canada should combine to become a mega economy in the same way that Europe did and standardize the dollar in North America. I mean, that would bode well for you. That'd be insane. It makes a whole lot of sense. I don't know. Come on, Canada. You don't have to be a state, but I'm not going to Toronto and exchanging a US dollar for a weaker Canadian dollar. I'm now also going to lose money exchanging. That makes no sense. It's just dumb. Guys trade a personal with a prop firm account? What? What? Guys trade a personal with a prop firm account, if anything? You guys have no idea? What are you saying, bro? Be careful. It makes sense. What does he say? Oh boy. Anyways, no, no. Actually, I want to give him an opportunity to really, really explain himself. I want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding this. But he says, "Kiss Ranky, whatever your name is, uh, ranked 11. We're just gonna call you ranked 11. QIS ranked 11. Says guys trade with a personal, with a prop firm account. If anything, you guys have no idea. What are you talking about? I want to understand what that is. Oh no. Oh no. It's the stupidest idea ever. The stupidest idea ever. Copy trade? No. No, that's dumb. That's dumb. Let me give you a couple of reasons why that's dumb. Okay? Couple of reasons why that's dumb. Guys, do not listen to that foolish theory or application. Oh, no, that's dumb. See, if you're using a prop firm like Apex, your primary account can withstand drawdown. Your Apex account, trailing drawdown. And not real trading. Prop firms are not real trading, right? The strategies and the methods and the way you trade a prop firm account is not the way you trade. A prop trader is not a trader. It's just not. Now, a trader can trade a prop firm, but a prop firm trader cannot be a trader until they decide to become a trader. I mean, like 100% is like, it's true. Okay. Then you have someone like Top Step that says, okay, well, we're going to give you $4,500 drawdown. Now, $4,500 drawdown is 1% of 450,000. So yeah, but that's $4,500 drawdown. So if you got $100,000 account, your drawdown is 1%, right? Huh. Okay, now I gotta. But boy, wait. There's more to this, right? Because you could only lose like what, like $3,000. So it's 3%. If you have $100,000 account, you could only lose. So 3 losing trades on $100,000 account, you blow up your Top Step account. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, right? You know, this whole prop firm thing is just fucking annoying. That for the prop firm to take over this trading landscape, the way it's done, right? All it does is it attracts poor people. It attracts people who, I'm sorry, just undercapitalized. I can't even say poor people, but undercapitalized people, right? And they start trading with $1 and a dream, right? The goal is to make money, not to become a better trader. And it's crazy because a lot of prop traders or prop firm traders are beginner traders who think that they can actually trade. Huh? What? Right? You jump into absolutely the worst environment possible to learn how to trade, which is a prop firm. Absolutely worse. Absolutely worse. In fact, there's probably just 1 or 2 guys that I've coached with Longevity Club that have it ain't even fucking worth it. Like, by the way, if you're doing prop firm accounts, you know, I'm not doing Longevity Club with you. Now I have obligations to previous Longevity Club members who do have prop firm accounts, and the amount of stress that you put on me to help you pass a prop firm is just like, it was ridiculous. But the thing is, I had to alter my teachings to accommodate you because you wanted to pass a prop firm. It doesn't make sense. I got 1 or 2 guys who are absolutely killing it with prop firms. Confirmed killing it with prop firms that come out of Longevity Club. But I have a higher success rate working with individuals who have their own accounts. I have a much higher success rate with individuals who have their own accounts. Because they're trading on their own terms. Like, seriously, the prop firm stuff is fucking nonsense. It's nonsense. Like, it annoys me. It annoys me. It's just nonsense. Most of you may, okay. Trying to be candid here. Most of you so I'm reading a comment there, but I'm going to be frank. 94% of you are never going to pass a prop firm and receive a payout. That's just facts. That's just the industry. Now they say 99% of people fail as day traders. And that's, it's just ridiculous numbers, right? And so what we do here at 1348 is we actually tell you why you're failing, right? The reason why you're failing is your risk profile relative to your account size. And no one in a prop firm will have a $4,500 drawdown, will be okay with risking $45 a trade. And then having to endure, okay, now risking $45 a trade. Wait, Top Step told me that I have to make $4,500 drawdown. Think about the math here, okay? Think about the math here. You got a $4,500 drawdown. That's your account size with Top Step. 1% risk is $45. So a 1-to-1 would be $45. Okay, so that journey to passing, hey, it's going to test your patience. Rather than doing that, why don't you have a $4,500 account yourself and risk $45 and actually build up your account so that you have an opportunity to take your money, right? Okay, that's one. So that doesn't make sense from a profit standpoint where you have a $4,500 true account and you're doing 1% compounding, right? And then now when you actually pass the prop firm challenge with, let's say with Top Step, right? They say, okay, now in order to receive your money, you need 5 green days of over $200. Okay, so now let's really think about what they're saying. They're saying you've got a $4,500 drawdown, a $4,500 account. Now, yeah, you got a live account now. You need $200 a day for 5 days to receive your money. That's condition one. What they're saying is you need to take about 5 trades, and you need to win them. And of course, if you only got a 70% win rate, that means you are going to expose yourself to overtrading. Guys, come on. Are you following along? Are you guys really, really understanding why I get upset with prop firms and I get upset with people trading prop firms? Because you understand what that math is. Does anybody really, really understand that? Okay? They're telling you overtrade now. It is so anti-1348. And this is the reason why traders, when they trade their own account, do so much better than prop firm traders, especially here. Right? So I really don't want to hear about prop firm accounts. I really don't care about prop firm traders. I really don't care about your P&L that you got from Top Step. Shit ain't real to me until you could collect it. And just hopefully when the time is, right for you to collect your money, that they don't give you some bullshit thing about like, oh, you dollar cost averaged. Come on. Yeah. Guys, let's change the culture here at 1348. Right? Because your success as a prop firm trader does not reflect 1348 at all. At all. It really is. End of rant for me. I got motorcycles to buy. Peace. We're out of here. We're done. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the realest trading channel on the planet. Peace.